The Florida Department of Transportation would like to welcome you to the public hearing for the I-75 Project Development and Environment Study. This public hearing is being held relative to financial project identification numbers 419343-1-22-01 and 420669-1-22-01. The proposed improvement involves providing additional highway capacity and transit options to I-75 between the State Road 826 Palmetto Expressway interchange in Miami-Dade County and I-595 in Broward County. This public hearing is being held in accordance with the Federal Aid Highway Act of 1968, as amended, 23 United States Code 128, 40 Code of Federal Regulations 1500-1508, 23 Code of Federal Regulations 771, Section 339.155, Florida Statute, and Executive Order 11988, Floodplain Management, and Executive Order 11990, Protection of Wetlands of the Constitution of the United States of America. This public hearing was advertised consistent with federal and state requirements and is being conducted consistent with the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990. The purpose of the public hearing is to share information with the general public about the proposed I-75 corridor improvements, its conceptual design, all alternatives under study, and potential beneficial and adverse social, economic, and environmental impacts upon the community. The public hearing also serves as an official forum, providing an opportunity to the public to express their opinions and concerns regarding the location, conceptual design, and potential social, economic, and environmental effects of the proposed improvement on the community. Following this presentation, the floor will be open for public comments. All written and oral material presented by the public will be part of the public record for the project. This hearing is being held to give all interested persons the right to understand the project and comment on their concerns to the FDOT. Public participation at this hearing is encouraged and solicited without regard to race, color, creed, religion, sex, age, national origin, disability, or family status. This information is also provided in the brochure and on a sign displayed at this hearing. FDOT conducted a Project Development and Environment Study, or PD&E study, for the improvements to the I-75 corridor in Broward and Miami-Dade counties. The objective of the PD&E study was to identify alternative improvements that address the needs of the area and to evaluate the potential social, natural, and physical impacts of those alternatives. This process is authorized by Florida statutes to comply with the requirements of the National Environmental Policy Act and is required to secure federal government approval. The limits of the project under consideration extend from the I-75 State Road 826 interchange in Miami-Dade County to the I-75 I-595 interchange in Broward County, a distance of approximately 17 miles. The project also includes an approximately 3-mile segment of State Road 826 between Northwest 103rd Street and Northwest 154th Street. Separate analysis was conducted by FDOT in each county. However, the results will be combined into a single document for approval by the Federal Highway Administration. The focus of tonight's public hearing is on Broward County. The purpose of the I-75 PD&E study is to further evaluate the recommendations outlined in the I-75 Multimodal Master Plan, completed by FDOT in 2006. The master plan served as a long-range vision for the I-75 corridor, identifying needs for improvement and modifications based on extensive public input and analysis. Major components evaluated in the I-75 PD&E study include the addition of express lanes in the median, modifications to interchanges, auxiliary lanes between major interchanges, and park and ride lots. Additional components include preservation of a future transit corridor where feasible, and incorporation of bus rapid transit service in the express lanes by others. Improvements to the I-75 corridor are needed in order to provide relief from existing and projected future traffic congestion, increase regional connectivity, provide for improved hurricane emergency evacuation, and provide multimodal transportation options. The existing average annual daily traffic on I-75 ranges from 111,000 to 163,000 vehicles per day. By the year 2040, average annual daily traffic is projected to range from 176,000 to 240,000 vehicles per day. This increase in traffic will significantly exceed the capacity of I-75, causing heavier levels of congestion on both I-75 and adjacent streets and interchanges. To address the project needs, FDOT evaluated multiple build alternatives for highway-typical sections, interchanges, and park-and-ride lots. In Broward County, 14 highway-typical section alternatives were evaluated and screened in a tiered process, following the progression of the study and public involvement activities. The major differences in the highway-typical section alternatives included the number of auxiliary lanes, 1 or 2, the potential addition and location of express lanes, and the location of a future transit guideway, either outside the mainline lanes, in the median, or elevated in the median. The future transit guideway was not included in the preferred alternative for this study. The evaluation process narrowed the alternatives down to alternatives 4 and 14 for more detailed analysis. Both alternatives maintain the existing 8 general-purpose lanes, propose 2 auxiliary lanes, 1 in each direction, and include 4 express lanes in the median, 2 in each direction. The main difference between them is the location of the express lanes within the median. The no-build alternative was also evaluated as a baseline condition compared to the build alternatives. The no-build alternative remains a viable alternative throughout the PD&E process. FDOT also evaluated improvements to existing interchanges and analyzed the need for a potential new interchange at Pembroke Road. Various configurations were evaluated and preferred improvements were determined based on how efficiently future traffic can be handled. The Pembroke Road interchange was eliminated from further consideration due to significant impacts to the I-75 mainline and operation of the existing adjacent interchanges at Miramar Parkway and Pines Boulevard. In addition, new direct connect ramps between the existing I-75 lanes to and from the Florida Turnpike east of I-75 are also included in this study. In addition to the interchange improvements, the use of auxiliary lanes between interchanges is included in the preferred alternative